Hi friends, I'm Shauna. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another video. Today I'm bringing you an update in the 100 uses Project Pan. I can't believe that this is the third update or the fourth video in the series, and that means I've been doing this project for 8 months, which is wild. Like, I didn't think it had been that long. So we're going to continue that today. Before we get into the progress, I would love it if you would subscribe to catch more videos like this, the rest of Know by January, and a lot of good conscious consumerism content coming your way in 2023. There's so much progress in this update. We're going to have, it's a good video. It's a juicy video. So let's get started, and let's start off with the products in the 25 uses category. All right, first up is my pink lippy, my bold lippy. And before this update, I had used this product 9 times, and I've currently used it 5 times, bringing the total up to 14, which means that we're 11 uses away from finishing it. So we're just past the halfway point. I'll show you what it's looking like now. This is, yeah, there's been a little change over the course of this project. Part of me wants to set a goal of using this 11 times in the next 2 months, because it's not inconceivable that I could use this product 5 times each month. Again, that's like once a week. But I've been saying that the past couple of updates. I'm like, oh yeah, I can use it once a week and then get 10. I'm kind of extra motivated now because there's only 11 uses left. And I'm like, could I do it? Could I do it? And also part of me is thinking of, like, what if I threw this in my Project Pan? Or if I didn't want to put it in my Project Pan, what if I kept this in and bumped it up to 100 uses instead of 25, which would make it in the project for the rest of the year? That's kind of what I'm toying with. And I'm going to see how the next 2 months go before I make a choice either way. I rewatched my previous update before making this video. And what I said in that video was, every time I think about using it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's such a commitment. You know, I don't want to wear a bold lip like all day long. Like, I can't wear this lip for here. I can't wear it there. But every time I put it on, it's so cute. And you guys always ask, almost in every single video that I wear this, somebody asks, what are you wearing? I love when I wear it, but I just am in my head before I do wear it. So I think we're going to try and wear this 10 times next month. And if I can do that, then maybe I'll keep it in longer. We'll see. I don't know if that's counterintuitive. Like, if you're using something, then you should keep it in. Either way, we'll see. Next up in the 25 uses category is my Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow in Oyster Pearl. By the way, that color is Fiery Fuchsia. I get asked all the time. A10 Fiery Fuchsia. So Oyster Pearl. Before this update, I had used it 9 times. I used this 5 times. Now we're at 14. So here's what we're looking like. I don't think it visually looks all that different from the last update. One of the things that I am trying to keep top of mind as we go through with some of these is, I have to remind myself every update when I feel that disappointment of like, oh, it was only 5 times. Sure, I could be using it more, but I don't want to force myself to use something when I'm really feeling inclined to use other things. But also, I've used this in essence 15 more times than I would have if it wasn't in a project. It's not as though I hate this item, because I really don't hate it. I just have other things that I like more. And I'm really hoping that with the refreshed Project Pan, both this one and my other, like my main Project Pan, that I'll reach for that one a little bit more. Even if we get up to like 7 uses, that's still more. But yeah, even if we could use it just a little bit more, I'm thinking that could be a possibility, because a lot of the products that have been in this project, like my blush, the lip products, the highlighter, they've all been warm toned, and I'm always incentivized to wear products that I could wear with each other. Like, if I'm wearing this, then I know that I could also wear this. I could also wear the gloss, like I could also wear the lip liner. Like I can create a look featuring 4 or 5 of these products. And often using one of these products will like trigger me like, oh, I can also wear this Project Pan item with that, like with this look. When I use this one, I feel less incentivized to use it because there's less that I can match with it. So I'm hoping now that we're, refreshing things, that there'll be more options to wear with this, so I'll feel more incentivized. But also, the times I've been wearing this, I've just been wearing it on its own as an eyeshadow. But the last 2 times, which were recently in January, I have tried to incorporate this palette in with the look, like layering stuff on top or underneath. And I just feel like that's just a better vibe. Not only can I use 2 Project Pan items together, but I'm creating looks that like a little bit more. So I need to just remember to, let's say, pull in this palette instead of just using this alone because I like the looks more. And pairing these 2 together isn't always like top of mind, something that I remember. Okay, let's get into some of the exciting updates. The first, okay. Let's go with the blush update. So we're in the 50 uses category now, and the first of the 50 uses items is my Bounce and Blur blush. Here's what we're looking like now. Look at that pan. Look at it. Okay, too close. Look at it. We have a really big pan going. It's amazing. I'm so proud of this. And I was just looking at photos of this from like before I hit pan, and I had to give myself a little bit of kudos because I've used a lot of this. So just looking at the numbers here, I previous to this update had used this 36 times. And then I used this exactly 20 times. Today was the 20th use. And I saw it at 19. And my look is a little bit on the cooler side. So I mixed some blushes so I could use this one more time to get to 20. So right now I'm at 56 uses and the goal was 50. So I can officially roll this out. And as you would know, I rolled it into my Project Pan. So I just feel like it's good timing. Like I'm not pulling this out when I have 20 more uses left to go. So it gets to exit honorably. And in its place, I'm going to roll in my Tarte Mini Blush. Here we go. I'm going to make this goal 50 times, and I can always increase it to 100 if I feel so inclined. I'm glad that I started with the Bare Minerals blush because it was already kind of down there, and cream products you can see the usage faster. So this blush isn't the oldest blush in my collection. My Glossier blush, the Cloud Paint, is the oldest, but it's too similar to this one to throw it in. So I think this one is more neutral. So when I have eye looks that are on the cooler side, it will totally work and I can combine it and wear it with something like this. So I'm excited for the first rollout. We have more to come. The next product in the 50 uses category is my Hourglass eyeshadow. Now, up to this update, I had used it 25 times. I have used it 11 times, bringing us to 36 out of 50. So here we go. I had really big pan. It actually expanded much more in the middle of the update, like at the end of December. The pan was really big, but I like scraped down the sides to even it back, like to even it out to make it flat. Because what was happening is like when I was dipping my finger in, it was like getting stuck under my nails, and it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's easier when it's flatter. So we're at 36. We're making great progress with this. And I know that it's not looking like a lot now because I have, repressed it. Just like, just moving things around and using this little like stamper thing here to try and make it as flat as possible. So I think we can get this out for next update because we're at 36 and I've been using this product between like 10, 12 times the past couple of months. So if this one could stay around its similar use, then I could have it out for next month, and then we can roll in probably have another Hourglass shade. I think that would be a really good addition. And if that one was rolled in, this is still going to be a next month, then I could possibly layer those two shadows together as well. I'm so pleased with the Hourglass usage, honestly. Like, we're almost at 50 and I'm seeing real progress, and that product, I think, really exemplifies what this project is about. Let's now go to the Clinique lipstick. My goal was to use this 50 times, and before this project, I had used it 30. So I only needed 20 uses to get to that 50 mark. I used it 32 times, bringing my total up to 62 out of the needed 50. So I'll show you what it's looking like now that we're done. Here we go. So we started up here and now we're here. That's huge use. I'm so proud of that. And I think it's timely that this is going, because I'm honestly been getting kind of sick of it. And the other lipsticks that I have, the other products in my project pans, they're kind of on the darker side. And I'm looking for something on the lighter side. So what I'm going to be rolling in its place is a MAC lipstick. And this is MAC Blankety. It's basically a brand new lipstick. So we're going to go for 50 uses with this guy. The other MAC lipstick I had in 2021 was also basically brand new, but I think my goal was 100 and I shrunk that thing to basically halfway. It was great progress. So I'm hoping we're going to go with 50. And if it's a product that I'm really loving and it's working well, then we'll increase its use to 100. I know that there's a couple of products in here that I'm already talking about maybe I could increase the usage on. The reason why I'm not starting at 100 is because it doesn't feel great to move stuff down. And what happened a lot in my 2021 version of this project was I constantly was like, oh, I don't want to hit 100. I'm going to move it down to like 25 or 50. The last of the 50 uses items is my lip liner. Okay, so we started here. I just extended the line because it was over here. This is where we were at last month. And now, here we are. You can see that big jump from the start of the project. I'm currently sitting at 27 uses out of 50. We're just past the halfway mark, and I'm very curious to see how this new combination of products is going to affect my wear of the lip liner. I like using this one more so than the MAC one. And when I had the other glosses in that were a little bit on the warmer side, they mixed pretty well together. This isn't a super warm product. It's actually looking up kind of rosy in real person. Maybe it's looking warmer on camera, but it's looking cooler in person than it is on camera. And I think that it will work well with the lipstick that I picked. They're definitely different tones. Here's the lipstick, here's the lip liner. I'm not trying to say they're the same, but I think it's going to create an interesting combination. It's more brown than pink. So I'm excited to see how those play together. Now, into the 100 uses category, there's just 2 items left, and I'm going to start off with the empty. If you saw my year in empties, you would have seen that this guy made it in. Like, we pulled out the stopper and everything. I used this 33 times this past update before it emptied, bringing the total use to 96. Like, I would have used it more, of course, if there was more, but we basically hit the 100 use goal with that product in its place. I thought long and hard about this. And there are some products that I would like to use more, like they have a bit more of an urgency to them. And that's the Merit Lip Oil. But I decided not to put that in this project because I don't want 2 Merit Lip Oils in 2 different projects. I really like the color of both of the ones that I have. I don't love the formula. So if I have 2 in both projects, I'm just going to hate things. Whereas if I just keep it at 1 in my main project pan, it's going to be manageable and I'm going to like be okay with it. I also tossed around my Fenty lip gloss. I have basically a full size, but it's kind of cooler tone, and the direction that this project is going in is warmer tone. And I just finished the other one in my project pan in December. So in its place, I'm going to roll in my Lifter gloss. This is one of my newer glosses, and I have used it over the past few months, or not few months. I've used it over the past year. Not a lot. Like I've probably used this maybe 30 or 40 times in total. So we're going to roll it in for 100 uses. I don't know if that would finish this gloss. So this one has 3.9 mils of product, and it was almost brand new when I rolled it in. This one is 5.3. There is more, and I have used this more. So we'll see. If I, let's say, get to the 100 uses and there's only a little bit left, I might just keep it in to finish it. But if I get to the 100 uses and there's a lot left, then I'll roll it out and roll something in. Next up is my highlighter, my Becca highlighter. Before this update, I used it 45 times. I used it 21 times, bringing the total up to 66 times. So here's how we're looking like now. She's a little crumbly. Maybe the picture will show more if I've used it, but it's definitely getting harder to tell if I've used it because it is so crumbly. We're going to keep going with this. The last 2 weeks to 3 weeks, basically since the start of January, the use on this really slowed down as I started to pick up with my other highlighter. Because we're so far along with this, like, we're 65% of the way through. With the last 35% that's left, I'm fine with, having a duplicate highlighter. Not duplicate because they don't dip each other out, but, having a crossover, I should say. I'm also going to be rolling in a product to make this an even 10 items. And to make this a little bit fun as well, I'm going to be rolling in my Patrick Ta Brow Wax. Here's what we're looking like. I'm going to hopefully aim to use this 100 times, or the aim is to use it 100 times. I've said a lot that I like the way that this looks in my brows, but I've also wanted to pan it, and I just haven't put it anywhere. I think this would work nice with the Mirror Brow Gel. I'm currently wearing it today. It gives me a decent hold, but I wouldn't mind some more. So hopefully they will play nice together, and I'm going to, try and use it 100 times. We'll see how far I get with this product. I don't know if that's too ambitious or not, but we'll see. Okay, I almost forgot my eyeshadow palette. I can't believe I almost forgot that. This month, I used it 16 times. It was a brand new roll-in last update. Here's what we're looking like. I don't know that you would be able to really see any use on here. It's 16 uses, and we weren't particularly close with anything. There was nothing that was about to hit pan on. I was very tempted to roll this out, only because this is a self-made palette. You can't buy this anywhere. These are almost all ColourPop, and the ones that aren't are MACs. And I think you can still get most of these shades. You could still buy one if you liked what I have. And my favorite shades, my favorite top favorite shades, they're still absolutely available. However, I didn't want to use this because nobody would have this palette. You could maybe have some shades, but you wouldn't have this palette. But what I was thinking back and forth, the main reason I wanted to roll it out was because I guess in my mind, I thought, in order for a palette to be in a project, it has to be a pre-made off-the-shelf palette. However, upon consideration, I'm going to keep this in, and I think I want to up the goal to this to 50. I don't know if I'm going to make it 100, but the reason why I want to keep it in is the goal is to use my stuff. Some of these shades are old, 5 years old. Maybe not 5, maybe 4 years old. 4 years old for sure. Because most of these are from before my no-buy year. No, all of these are from before my no-buy year. The newest ones being my MAC shades from 2019. So all of these are between, I think, 2018 and 2019. I want to get use out of my shadows. It doesn't matter if it's a palette I made or a palette I bought. I still spent my money on all of these, and I still want to use them. And the use matters to me like any other palette. There's no reason why this matters less because I chose these shades. It should matter more. So we're going to keep it in. And I really noticed that I just like play like right in this middle section, like right here is the sweet spot. This shade I use a lot as well. And then like these guys all right here. So my goal is to keep it in. We're going to raise it to 50 uses. And my goal is to use all of the shades in the palette. Like in the next update, I would like to come on and say, I used every shade in the palette one time. There's 24 shades in here, so that might be a little bit hard. But that if I set it as a goal, I really think I could probably achieve it or come close. I don't know why I got it in my head that like I should rule it out because you can't get this palette. Nobody's watching my video here. Nobody's watching my panning video because they want to buy the products that I'm using. I mean, if you end up time after time seeing me loving something, maybe, but nobody's coming here with the intention of let me buy the product. This is not a review. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's a time and a place to use like a discontinued palette or something like that, this would be it. So that was a great update. I'm so excited with my progress and where this project is heading. And I can't wait to update you in March. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.